Welcome to Live with Lauren, the challenge for Pitch Please. 5 days to your 1 minute pitch to tell your audience how it is that you serve them. So I'm hosting this meeting, but I'm also the one admitting people in. So bear with me as we do this all literally live time. I'm letting people in now as we go. We've got our top 10 at 10, which is great. And what I'm hoping for by the end of this week is that 10 of you actually do manage to complete this challenge, because I have a suspicion that not everyone who starts a challenge completes it. So I'm hoping that because you guys are the first few that have actually joined, that you are going to be committed to seeing through this whole challenge. Okay, people are joining in fast and furiously. As you join, you guys can write in the chat box, please, one thing you love and where you're from. This is just a little icebreaker so you can scroll through and see where others are from. You're all going to get to know each other really well during this week of intensive training. But for now, just drop that down in the comments. And I'd like to start with just congratulating you for actually showing up today. So half the challenge of this challenge is in showing up. Most people want to do things. They think, but then they come up with a million reasons why they don't. They don't have time. It's too overwhelming. Not right now. They'll just watch it later. So the fact that you guys are actually here and you've tuned in live shows me that you're already halfway there. And that's awesome. The rest of it, in terms of actually completing what you need to complete, is just technical details. And that we're going to learn together. So I'd love to say to you, don't worry, don't be too stressed out about how am I going to go live? What am I going to say? What's my script going to be? What about the lighting? All those concerns that you have, we're going to be covering in the live training. All that you need to do is show up and remain committed to the process. So when you do feel like giving up, and that could even happen today, when we start doing the actual challenges, when that thought comes up, which is, this is too hard, I don't know what I'm doing, how is this going to turn out? Whatever thoughts pop into your head, recognize them and then let them go and do it anyway, because the magic is in the doing. And I've called this a challenge because it's challenging. This is not gentle training with Lauren, how to feel good for 30 minutes a day. This is a challenge. So like, it's real, okay? It's going to be awkward and you may make a fool of yourself. But the good news is we're all doing it together. So there is no great fool that you can make because you're actually showing up and improving day to day. So well done for being here. That's amazing. It is going to be a challenge. That's a quick warning. And just to remind you that your success is in the doing, and that no matter what you do, if you do something, I'm going to give you direct feedback. I'm going to give you input and insight and support throughout this process. So you're going to get better the more you do. Okay, wow. I'm just trying to let everyone in as fast as possible. 21 people, that's thrilling. I really had hoped for 10. So the fact that we've already doubled is just awesome to hear. And I'm loving all your comments that are coming through. Guys, scroll through and see what people love and where they're from. And the reason I'm doing something of what you love is one thing you'll be doing in this live challenge is we're looking for anchoring points, things that make you relatable to other people. And that can either be shared problems, or what's more fun and delightful is things that you both love. What are mutual loves? Because one thing you'll realize in this challenge is that we're not all unique snowflakes. There's actually a lot about us that is very similar. So even if you're feeling very different from everyone, if you tap into what you love, that's what's going to connect to the hearts of what your audience loves. Okay, great. 22, guys, I'm thrilled. This is exciting. Okay, so you're putting in your information. Let's start with the first tangible step, which is this. What would make this week a successful experience for you? So what do you want? What's a 10 out of 10 version of this week? And as succinctly as possible, with a stream of consciousness, I want you to right now type down that sentence. What's a 10 out of 10 look like for you for this week? And great, we've got a clear message said in a confident voice. Love that. My elevator pitch, yes, keep it coming. So for those of you who've just joined, we've now already had 2 things to do within the first 5 minutes. And the first one is to write what you love, where you're from. And the second is to write down what is a 10 out of 10 version of success for this week. So as those are coming through, I'm going to give that a few minutes for those to come through. For the rest of you who have already done it, I want you to ground down, because now we're getting into part 2, which is the intangible part. So tangible is what do you want? It's goal orientated, it's very definite, it's clear. Now we're going to get into the intangible, which is how do you want to feel? So let's put our hands on our thighs, feet on the ground. And if you've already finished writing, don't worry if you haven't, you can catch up with us. For the rest of us, you're going to ground down into your chair. And I just want you to exhale the extra air that is in your lungs. So blow it out. And then inhale. And exhale through your mouth. Then you're going to inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And this is a quick reminder to let you know that if at any point in this challenge today or for this week, you start to feel overwhelmed, panic, you want to cry, you can't do this, whatever comes up for you, you can take literally 10 seconds and just breathe in and let it out. And it brings you back. Because part 1 of the training is part of this exercise, which is just to relax, to let it go. And I'm going to be giving us some little tiny techniques of how to actually have that relaxation. But the easiest one is always going to be that. Just bring yourself back to your breath and just to take a breath. So with those breaths, I now want you to write, how do you want your audience to feel when they watch your 1-minute pitch video? What's the feeling state you want them to receive? If you were a fairy godmother and you could gift someone any feeling, what feeling do you want them to have? And write that down for them. So you know what you want to feel, but now I've already turned that. What do you want them to feel? Great, we've got joy. What a beautiful feeling. Cool, it's a feeling. So really get into a feeling state, not into your mind, but a feeling of how you want them to feel. Great, connection, uplifted, inspired, hopeful, relaxed, like they can do anything, calm and connected, hope, inspired and happy. Beautiful. So what we've just done already is we have anchored down into the feeling state, and this is the intention that you want to hold. So what we're doing with your pitch is your feeling state is like the sweet spot. This is like the secret gem. And this is the feeling that you're going to have contained within your pitch. You're going to wrap your pitch with your script and with your presentation skills, and then you're going to hand it over and deliver it to your audience. Once they've unwrapped and received what it is that you're saying, they're going to be left with a resonant feeling. And hopefully the feeling is the one which you have set now as your intention. This is the feeling. This is the true gift. Because as Maya Angelou says, people will forget what you did. They'll forget what you said. They'll never forget how you make them feel. So even if your pitch isn't perfect, that doesn't matter. Do they get that feeling from you that you are there to give them something? Because this week, and you can write this down if you want, is not about you. It's not about you. It's not about you. That was 3 times. If you say something 3 times, it sinks in. I'm going to say it for a 4th. It's not about you. Do you know who it's about? Your audience. It's about you giving them a gift of this beautiful feeling. You are not here to be the star of your own show. You are here to simply and humbly be a messenger. You're here just to deliver a message, and your platform is the screen, and the feeling is in your heart, and you are going to translate that to the words that you say and give that to your audience. It's a magical exchange. We are literally making transcendent magic this week. So it's powerful stuff. You're going to be conjuring deep levels of confidence and the human experience and translating that across the screen. And it's all very exciting, but ultimately it's not about you. It's really all about them. So I hope that feeling gives you a little bit of solace, that when you start to feel insecure or nervous or whatever comes up for you, you remind yourself that you've got a gift to deliver. Cool. That is what we are doing. So let me check here with all your, I hope you've all filled in what it is that you want for the feelings. I'm seeing where you're all from. This is awesome. I'll be able to share the notes with us after this. Let me do a quick overview of what it is that we're going to be going through this week. This process is a 3-phase process, okay? And we're going to be starting with phase 1 today. There is the prepare phase where we're preparing ourselves and preparing what it is that we're doing. There's the play phase, that's the bulk of it, which is where we're going to be practicing. And then there's the performance, the actual doing. But all 3 of these phases are interwoven. Even though I've broken them into separate things, they do interweave because ultimately it's all one holistic thing that we're doing. Before we start with actually going live, because I hope you understand that we're actually going live today, we're doing it. So have your phones prepped and ready. We're about to dive into that. But just before we do, I would like to give some space to your fears, because I know that you're now ready and you're prepared and you know it's not about you and you've set your intention. But if there's any little nagging fear that is flittering around your head that is like grating at you, I'd love you to just jot down, what is your biggest fear about going live on stage or screen? And just dump that fear into the chat so we can collect that fear like a jar of fireflies and keep them with some nice frenetic energy when we need to draw across some more energy. Great. Forgetting what I want to say, looking and sounding stupid, how to balance speaking and responding to those who have joined, being judged, looking like a fake, coming across with no confidence, sounding like an idiot. Okay, great. No one joining. Awesome. Getting the reaction in the audience that I need. I'm assuming that that's your goal. Okay. With live, the joy of going live is that we're doubling down. So if you know me at all, then you'll know that I like to layer things and do 25 things at once if possible. And this challenge is no different. We're going to really double it down. And even though you're going live, I'm going to be showing you how to save your videos so that you have them afterwards. Because we're practicing live because live means you keep going. But ultimately, we are capturing your live so that you have an evergreen piece of content that works for you 24/7. A piece of content that you can post online that is there going live time, you relating to your audience, even while you may be sleeping in bed. So don't worry about who's showing up, about how they're responding. This is about getting you so comfortable with translating your message that those other things don't even bug you, because you can still reuse your content. One of the best pieces of advice I ever got in performing arts school was by a man called Dion Opperman, who in South Africa was a big playwright at the time. And he said to us when we were practicing our live performance, he said, you should be so present on stage and so in the moment while simultaneously aware of your fellow actors and audience that while you were performing, if someone threw a tennis ball, you could literally catch it and then carry on your scene without letting it interrupt you. So it's almost like you'll be developing peripheral vision. So you're fully tuned into your live, but you're aware that there's a lot of other things going on. because you're probably holding your camera, you're checking the lighting, you're seeing the lives. There's a lot that's happening, but it's about you remaining calm in the eye of the storm, that no matter what occurs live around you, whatever upsets, mistakes, loud noises, that you're able to keep going anyway. And that's why live is such a beautiful practice, because it's not just about how you show up for your live, it's about how you show up to life. Because the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So with that said, guys, we're ready to go live. We've hit the halfway mark. This is what we're doing. So I want you to pick up your phone and I want you to click on your camera, and where it says photo, you're going to click video. You're going to flip the screen so you can see yourself, get a nice angle of how you look. I've got you all on mute, so no one's going to hear you while you do this, but we are all doing it together, and I am going to time it. And I'm going to time you for 1 minute so that you can get a feel of how long a minute actually feels like, because it's a lot longer than you think it is. And what you're going to say is part scripted and part free flow. And the scripted is what you've already written down in the chat. So you'll know what that part is. It's what your name is, one thing you love, and where you're from. So first part you've got. The next part is in the present moment, which is what are you doing? And what you're doing is you're doing a Live with Lauren 5-day challenge. And in 5 days, I'm going to have my own 1-minute pitch video. So that's what you're doing. And if you stumble over those words, you'll just get back to the point of what it is that you're doing. Remind yourself of what you're doing. Once you've said what you're doing, you're going to say why you're doing it. Why are you doing this? Well, because I want to be there for my audience, or because I want to connect, or because I want to get over my fears, whatever you want. So you've said your first part, that's scripted. Your second part is what you're doing. You know that. Why you're doing it is your total free flow. Then you can chat a little bit more, and you're going to wrap it up with a call to action, which is either a wish me luck, or what do you think, or are you doing it too, or a little conversation to get your audience engaged, remembering that you're on the same page as your audience, because you're not this higher, mightier, godlike creature who is just laying down the gospel or giving your 10 commandments. No, you're connecting, you're saying what you're doing, you're saying who it's for, why you're doing it, and then you're ending with something like wish me luck, or I hope this was cool, or what do you guys think, or whatever it is that you want. Okay, that's all the practice that you just had. That's it. I'm going to time you for a minute, so I'm getting my minute time down. So poise your camera. Get it in the angle where you feel comfortable. And no matter what, you are not going to stop for the full minute. You are going to keep going. Okay? That's your commitment. Make sure that you push record. And after we have done this, I'll tell you what happens next. But just record it. Okay, are we ready? And if you're watching this Zoom on your phone, what you're going to have to do is just go onto your camera and record it anyway. You can still do that. All right. Ready, set, live. Thirty seconds. Five, four, three, two, one. That's a wrap. Okay, how did that go, guys? I'm good. Okay, yes. I love watching you guys do that. That's awesome. And terribly is a great place to start. Whether it was terrible, whether it was brilliant, whether you messed it up, whether you didn't get it, you did it. This is the first attempt. So amazing. Only had 30 seconds to fill. Great. Whatever it is, that's awesome. What you're going to do now is you're going to take the live that's on your phone and you're going to go to the Facebook group where we are. And in the Facebook group, you're going to load your live as it is. This is because within 30 minutes of training, there is no way I'm going to be able to go through all of your training and give you feedback. But if you commit to doing the exercises, my commitment to you is that I will show up and go through every single challenge that you load, and I will give you feedback and ideas and support and special insight just for you. So you're only going to get the full benefit of this challenge if you put yourself out there. The rest of you are welcome to watch other people's if you want to get some ideas and tips and techniques, but really this is for the training that I'm going to give you one-on-one. So right now, go and load your live into the group. How do we upload to Facebook? You go to the group, and as you would normally post a photograph, you literally in that same place, you can post a video. It comes from the same place as posting a photograph. Jody had a duck flapping its wings, not distracting at all. Well, if you've got a duck flying into your live, yeah, things are getting real. So it'll be great to also see how we've all developed from this first live attempt to how we go live next. All right, once you've uploaded to Facebook, it says live with Lauren, only our group can see it. That's right, Michal, only our group can see it. So this is our little tight group. We're in this challenge together. If anyone had a technical difficulty, and there will be technical difficulties, it's up to you. Do you want to do this after our call and load it? But what I'm going to be letting you know tomorrow is that not only is this a challenge, but there's also going to be prizes. I've also got a whole range of really cool prizes for those of you who do actually complete the challenge. So no matter what your technical difficulty is, whatever happens, there's an earthquake during your live, you slip and fall, something is bizarre, a duck flies across your face, your phone actually dies, whatever it is, if you can manage to get the challenge done within the day and still upload it to Facebook, you're still part of the challenge and you can still be rewarded with some awesome prizes. Just wanted to sweeten the deal for you guys, because if having a 1-minute pitch wasn't enough, I just want to make it even more delicious with more little prizes for you. So great, just write done in the chat when you've done with that. And before we get to our question section where I'll unmute you all, done. Okay, awesome. That's awesome, guys. Great, keep that uploading. Awesome. I'm going to run through the summary of part 1, which is the prepare section. So part 1 is broken down to 3 sections. The first is commit. So this is about your commitment. And by doing this challenge, you are committing to a 5-day Live with Lauren challenge. Great. You've also committed because you've even set your intention. You know your feeling state. So we've done the first part of commitment to the process, commitment to our intention, commitment to our goal of what success looks like. The second part is to relax. And you've done that through taking 3 deep breaths, knowing you can always bring yourself back to your breath and grounding down. I'm going to give you a quick extra relaxation technique, which I really love. And it looks like this. You're going to lift your hands up for me. Let's see those hands. Can I put you on grid so I can see you all at once? Okay. And now you're going to flap your hands. Flap up and down, flap to the side, flap all around. And I'm going to, do it hard. Like if your hand flies off, bonus points. Anyone who loses a hand in this process, you'll get such a big prize, it'll be worth it. And we're going to count down 5, 4, harder, 3, harder, 2, 1. Put your hands out in front of you. and feel that tension literally melting out your fingertips, leaving your body. All that nervous tension, that hot energy just melting away from you. Full release. Do you feel that? Not if you do. Beautiful. So there's two ways to release tension. And one is to calm yourself and breathe, and other is just to shake it out and just get rid of it. I'm more on the shaking it out, get rid of it kind of personality, but we'll do both within this practice. So if you're feeling super stressed at any stage during this process, shake it out, get rid of it, and then go live, and you'll be calm and relaxed and just so in flow. The final phase of phase one is master. This is where we're actually going to be doing our mastery of the process. Mastery of performance is like your pronunciation, your enunciation, your articulation, your intonation, your elocution, your cadence, your tone. There are all these technical terms, but scratch that. Don't worry about those for now. We are going to be mastering the art of perfection. And perfection means fuck perfect and revel in your real. Real is where it's at. Real is what's connected. You do not need to be pitch perfect. That's why I called this pitch please. Pitch please. Just do the pitch. You don't need to be perfect, okay? So we're going to be not worried about anything. We're going to be reveling in our own real, in our own messy, in our own showing up no matter whatness, because that's live. That's the power of live, that you keep going because it's live and it's happening, and this moment is your life. It's your live. Okay, awesome. So that was the class. That was the practice. We now have 3 minutes for questions, and then that's a wrap. And I'm going to find you over at the Facebook page. So it's short, it's tight, it's sweet. We will have more time to interact tomorrow, but I wanted to give us a full overview and really dive into the middle. And tomorrow we'll start going through actually scripting your live and get practicing. But are there any questions that we've got? I'm going to unmute all of you and let me know. You're all unmuted, yeah.
Lauren, that was awesome. So do you think it's better to get on the Zoom call via the computer and then use the phone for the live?
Yeah, I would say do that, but you can still be on Zoom and film your live at the same time. It's just a little bit of juggling.
Yeah, right. So the live you're saying is we're doing it on the camera, though. We're not really doing it on our live Instagram or Facebook feed.
We are. Not today. Oh, yeah,
I did. Okay, not today, but we will, right? Is that
today? You did it. Today you did practice live. So you went live, but you saved your live. Yeah.
We did it on. I did on the camera. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Got it.
Question.
Live means you just keep going. You just go live. Yes.
I wanted to know your opinion. I'm teaching my classes online, and I do it on my laptop because I feel like I can jiggle it around easier, more so than my phone. Any comments about which technology works best?
I'm just going to mute all of you guys quickly.
Please do.
I'm just going to mute you and then put your questions in so I can unmute you. I'm doing this live now on my computer because it's just, I've got a better camera and I like doing that. So I'd say for a class, yeah, I would do it definitely on my computer. And if you're going live on Facebook, I would also do it on my computer, but it doesn't really make a difference. It's a preference. So for these purposes, I would say let's practice on our phone, but you're totally welcome to practice on your computer too. And if you're not sure which one, I'm always going to say double down, do both. Try both. Try a minute on both. If after this you go, actually, I don't know how that computer went. Can I go live for a minute just on Lauren's group? Go live on the group. There's even an option for you to go live there and see how it feels for a minute. Okay, what other questions? Can we do it live on our computer or Facebook? Don't see the option. Yes, Jody, you can go live on your Facebook from your computer or from your phone. There is an option, and where it is guys, when you go onto your Facebook page, it'll say what's on your mind. Can you see that? It's backwards, but what's on your mind? Live, photo, or check-in. You literally click live and it counts you down 3, 2, 1 and you go live. So you are able to do that there also. It's 10:30 on the dot. That's a wrap. You guys are amazing. You all stuck it through. I'm so impressed. I can't believe that you all even did the first session. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. We're going to work on our script and we're going to go live again. You're awesome. I'll see you in the Facebook group. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Lauren.
Bye. Thank
Pleasure.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.